Do you think Congress should mandate daily services?
Well, yes, sir. Our position is that, yes, these services should be at a minimum daily. And the reason for that is because of the multiplier effect that these services have in the communities. You know, we've heard a lot this morning, an assertion that Amtrak is required by Congress to make a profit. It is not. It is required to minimize subsidies. And when we have the conversation about profit, that ignores the benefits that the communities receive. And we talked about that. And the Midwest is a perfect example of that. When we looked at the effect of the long distance routes, 12 of the 15 long distance routes that would be affected by these cuts, those routes together contribute about $4.8 billion to the economy. That's the profit. The profit is going to those communities that are served. And whether you're looking at places like St. Louis or Indianapolis or anywhere in the West, these are services that provide an outsized benefit in terms of tourism, in terms of visitor spending, in terms of taking vehicles off the road. All of those impacts are measurable, quantifiable, and you know, Amtrak itself used to talk about $7.4 billion of value to the economy that was created. We think that number is actually a lowball. We think it's actually a little higher than that. When you cut the daily service down to 3 times a week, you don't just cut 4 days worth of ridership. The ridership declines more than that because of the diminished utility and because of the diminished connections. Chicago is an enormous connection point, as you know, and that is going to be a particularly difficult situation for the Midwest because a lot of those connections, because they're difficult to make, those trips simply won't take place. $39 million of revenue, of connecting revenue, flows through Chicago alone. And a lot of these trips are going to originate in Chicago and flow through the Midwest. And those trips will not take place because the network does not have the utility required to make those trips worthwhile. So those are people that will not be getting off in those smaller towns, will not be spending their money in those towns, will not be eating in the restaurants, and will not be supporting the local economy. And that's a big blow. It's already a big blow, and it's only going to get worse.
Thank you. Thank you both. Chairman, I yield back.